Hello and welcome to the Mad Leprechaun. My name is Mert Walsh. Well, today I have been mostly riding this KTM 390 Enduro R, and I've been having a lot of fun. If this motorcycle is something that interests you, please do stick around and stay tuned until after the intro. There it is, the KTM 390 Enduro R, ready to race. Don't have to hold the starter switch, you just touch it and we're off. Alright, let's readjust that. Got lanky legs on here now. Indicator on. I love this small TFT screen. Small, but he's got all the information you could possibly need on it. It's only just over 4 inches. The quick shifter is enabled on this, and I've just tried it out as we pulled away just then, and it seems to work really nicely. Oh, yes, it does work really nicely. So it's bi-directional. Close the throttle, just tap down one. Nice large gear indicator in red on the little TFT screen. You don't want to get into top gear too quickly. You want to try and keep the revs up on the engine. It's only 399cc single cylinder, so you need to keep that little engine, keep it buzzing. Well, we'll see if that's going to be an issue throughout the course of the review. But the fact that it's got a quick shifter on it, a quick shifter even, means you don't need to pull the clutch in. And we're doing just nearly 40 miles per hour, so we're actually breaking the speed limit. Oops, sorry. So top gear, 40 miles per hour, and it seems to be buzzing along quite nicely at that. Now, Ben at Jim Ames did say that the suspension might be too soft for someone of my weight, and it might be a fraction soft, but it doesn't seem to be overly soft. It's not sporty hard, but for a small, bumpy, undulating back road like this, you want something that's going to cushion you from the bumps, and the suspension is working and doing its job really well. Keeping in mind, this is not a sports bike, it's an enduro bike, so you are supposed to be able to take this bike off-road, and the suspension is supposed to be able to cope with off-road as well as on-road. It's fully adjustable white power apex suspension up front and round the back. I'll go through all of the dimensions with the forks and suspension and the tyres and the brakes, etc, etc. But at the moment we're just concerned and worried about how the 390 feels on the road. Now, when Ben sent me a message last week and said, how did I fancy riding the 390, keeping in mind 6'5", how do I fancy riding the 390, I thought, I'm going to fold myself onto another motorbike. Actually, it's alright. It is actually alright. Okay, it's not going to get me down to Cornwall, you know, but It's okay. I'm comfy enough on it, and the engine is actually really a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So if you keep it buzzing, top gear about 40-ish miles per hour, yeah, it buzzes along quite nicely on this road. So the tyres that are on it, I think they're Metzeler's Dual Sport, like a 50/50 tyre, and they feel absolutely fine underneath me. Right, the saddle is quite narrow, but then it's an enduro style bike. What do you expect? Easy enough to get into neutral, so the gearbox is quite nice. Can you see me? Let's go this way. First gear feels really short. It's almost like you put it into it and you're straight out of it. You wonder why they made it that short. Obviously this is a entry-level KTM. It's A2 compatible, so if you just passed your test and you're limited on the amount of kilowatts you can ride one of these. It may be you're a similar age or vintage to myself, and you want a second bike, you don't want to do a little bit of green laning or something of that nature, then this could be a bike that you might consider. So we haven't really had it much past 50 miles per hour at the moment, but there is only 170 odd miles on the clock. This bike has been out already this morning, but I'm going to let the bike completely warm through, and then I shall give it some beans. The right hand mirror at about 4,500 revs, weirdly, it's just the right hand mirror. It's you can see things, but it's a little bit blurred, so there's an amount of vibration comes through there. Oddly, the left hand mirror is fine. It's just the right hand mirror. That quick shifter is sweet! There's an amount of mild, buzzy vibration in my nether regions, without being too graphic, but it's not a I don't know, I guess I haven't ridden it long enough. I don't think it'll make things go numb. At least I hope not. There's 60 miles per hour, and as you can imagine, wind is hitting me just about there. This is a lot of fun. Wow. Silly grin on face. Oops, I'm speeding. Now, normally when I do a bike review, I'm told do not take the bike off-road. And what Ben did say to me at KTM was, he didn't say don't take it off-road, he said if you do, don't break it, because if you do, you're going to pay for what you break. So just down here is a little green line. Now I've done nothing to the suspension, nothing at all to the suspension. Let's have a little quick little play. Off-road. So it's gone a little bit more basic on the TFT screen, so we now just have the gear and the speed, and the rear ABS is switched off. I don't know if that's because we've switched the ABS off or gone onto off-road mode, but the throttle response did seem to be quite different, and you could actually hear the bike kind of give a little cough as it pulled away, so I don't know if that's actually a thing or not. Woohoo! Obviously it's just a gravel track really, but it's bumpy enough. You can feel the, oh yeah, you can feel the back end of the bike moving around behind me. So that's it, and then we're back. We've got the revs and speed and bits and pieces back on there again. I don't know why I'm using the clutch, because you don't need to. Really and truly, this is where this bike belongs, on little back roads like this, just bimbling along. Even with someone of my weight and stature on it, it doesn't feel like it's struggling at all. Now there is only 2 riding modes on this, but having said that, it is very, very configurable, so you can configure the riding modes to how you want to use them. Suspension's very good. I mean, that's definitely a little bit more extreme, and if I'm honest, I ploughed in there far too fast, but the suspension worked an absolute treat. Right, I think we should stop and take some photographs. We are going to run out of green lane in a moment anyway. I think, yeah. Oh, this is an absolute treat to ride. Right, I'm having far too much fun. I need to do some work now. Pull over, have a little wander around. Let's do the walk round and give you some of the specs on this bike. So there it is, the KTM 390 Enduro R. It comes in one colour, orange. The 2025 KTM 390 Enduro R features a 399cc liquid-cooled single-cylinder 4-stroke engine with 44.3 horsepower and 39 Newton meters of torque. A steel trellis frame, fully adjustable white power suspension with 9 inches of travel, 21-inch front wheel, 18-inch rear wheel, and both wheels are spoked. The Brembo developed brakes are by Biber. It has a 9-litre fuel tank and 890mm seat height. The bike weighs 159 kilograms without fuel. So switch gear when you switch the bike on. I like this. It's the little things ready to race. You have big kill switch over here in red, starter button, which you basically just need to push that down. You hear the fuel pump kick in and the bike fires into life. Over this side you have the lights, so flash, high beam, low beam. That's for your ABS. Horn, indicators, not self-cancelling, and then this is your joystick, call it what you will, for going into the different menus. So you got some information there, flick it back up, you back up to your information again, so your fuel and bits and pieces. We're in off-road mode at the moment. Very simple to get it back into street. Oh, right, okay, so if the kill switch is switched off, you can't change riding modes. That's interesting. There we go, we've worked it out. So we're back into there, straight, back into there, flick down, off-road, Bosch, we're back in off-road again. The dash is 4.2 inch TFT screen, and written on the KTM website, this is what they say about their TFT screen. The H42 TFT dashboard takes prime position ahead of the rider, featuring a unique, specially designed user interface to suit the compact screen size. Made from bonded glass, 4.2 inch TFT screen also boasts a special coating of polarization to reduce glare and increase visibility in all lighting conditions. Riders can also access music, incoming calls, turn-by-turn navigation and riding modes via the dashboard. USB-C down the side, so you can charge your phone, or you can run another navigation port if you wish. The 390's frame comprises of steel trellis main frame and a die-cast aluminium subframe. The frame is not only designed for overall looks, but also enhances the vehicle's dynamic torsional rigidity, improving agility and enhancing feedback from the chassis both on tarmac and off-road. The rear swinging arm is die-cast. The suspension up front is White Power Apex suspension, 230 millimeters of travel. On the rear, any of the big hits are handled by the White Power suspension, separate piston shock absorber with 230 millimeters of travel. The shock is also rebound adjustable by 20 clicks on the fly, and the preload is also adjustable via a spanner. The gearbox is 6-speed. As you probably already know, this bike has the quick shifter enabled. It won't cost the earth, and I definitely think it's worthwhile having. 6-speed, and the final drive is by chain. Touched on earlier, the bike has 2 riding modes, street and off-road. They are configurable, adjustable. You can play with them to your heart's content, to suit your mood and riding style, I guess. The fuel tank is 9 litres. The front wheel is 21 inch and the rear wheel is 18 inch. The front tyre size is 90-90-21, and round the back, the rear tyre size is 140-80-18. They're Metzler tyres, and so far, while I've been coming along, they've been really, really good. Yeah, I didn't have any moments whilst I've been blatting around the little back roads. Work a treat. Pulling out all the stops, the KTM 390 Enduro R is equipped with a 285mm brake disc and Biber caliper up front. That's a 4-piston caliper up front, and round the back a single piston caliper at the rear. The seat position I think is okay for someone of my height, and I found it no problems at all riding along through the back roads. In fact,
quite enjoyable. The seat height is 890 millimeters. The bike weighs 159 kilograms without fuel. The ground clearance is 272 millimeters, and the base price for the bike on the road is 5,699. But like I always say, please contact your local KTM dealer and find out what price is. I'm just giving you the guide price of what I've been told off of the KTM website. Right, let's sit on the bike and show you what it looks like. There you go. So when I used to race motocross, we used to race kind of very much up on the fuel tank like this, but you can't afford to push back a little bit on the saddle if you wish. But I found riding like that while I was coming along really comfy. It's quite nice. Right, let's get back on it and bring it back to the nice people at Jim Ames KTM.
Well, it certainly does handle all of this extraordinarily well, and it handles beautifully on the road also. So it's really does do all of the things that they claim. I mean, you probably could take it on more extreme stuff than this, but it's not my bike and I don't want to damage it. What a hoot. What an absolute hoot. The clutch is ultra light. It's very, very light. Tarmac. That was a lot of fun. That was an awful lot of fun, and very, very, very capable down gravel track. Whew, I'm all out of breath. I'm all a dither. It's slightly chuggy or snatchy if you're in or around 30 miles per hour. But not so much that you have to keep on searching for an appropriate gear, like you're going up and down the gearbox the whole time. So probably 5th gear is appropriate for 20-ish, so if you're in a 30 mile an hour speed limit, and it'll easily accelerate from 30 up to 40 miles per hour. Pop it into 6th and we're all good to go. Of course, I mean, for a bike this size, it's never going to come with cruise control. It has got flyable wire throttle on the right hand side, which is ever so light, but let's face it, we're building the bike to a price point, so we're trying to keep costs down, so it's not going to have cruise control. Anyhow, I don't think this bike should have cruise control, because let's face it, we're never going to be on a motorway for an extended period of time where we would need to give this hand a rest. Bike has just gone onto reserve, and it comes up on the little TFT screen with a big yellow bar. I don't know if that picked it up on the camera or not, but it told me I need fuel. So yeah, 50 miles per hour on a road like this. I know you can or could do 60 miles per hour, but 50 feels absolutely fine. You don't feel like you're forcing the bike to do the speed either, which is quite nice. Let's face it, you wouldn't want to have anybody kind of much bigger than me, much bigger or heavier than me on this bike. Yeah, on a fast dual carriageway, someone tall like me is going to act like a big sail, so we're going to catch the wind, and obviously the 399cc engine is going to try and force it and you through the air. So someone of a smaller, lighter stature would probably be better. But at the moment, the bike is handling it no problem. The weather is being very kind to us today. There's no point holding it in 4th or 5th for that matter, and revving it and revving it and revving it. The bike is not running yet, so we're just going to build up to a nice little bit of speed. 60 miles per hour. Motorway speeds. Let's get it up to 70. Nearly there, and come on, baby, come on, get up there. 70. And as is, actually, it's a nice amount of air hitting me here, but it doesn't feel like the whole weight of everything is hitting me here. It's kind of going around me, so yeah, okay. One thing I did forget to mention was the lights. Lights all around, front, back, indicators, everything are all LED lights. That's a very, very, very capable little motorbike, and I don't mean that in a derogatory manner. It is a small motorcycle, but it is exceptionally capable. It's very, very agile. The gearbox is an absolute joy. You can feel the 21-inch front wheel when you change direction, but because the bike is generally so light anyway, it's not as if it slows it down a whole heap, but the 21-inch front wheel does make it very, very capable off-road, but it makes it slightly slower on the turn on-road.
If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed this video for any particular reason whatsoever, please feel free to leave a thumbs down. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ding dong the notification bell if you'd be so kind. And then hopefully, all being well, I shall see you in another one. Until next time, people, take care of yourself. Bye bye.